guys, welcome back to Looks It Fix It videos. Today I designed another induction heater unit. It works, I think it works fairly well. I mean, I'm still working on it a little bit, but it does do the job. It's got a it's the IRFP064N Mosfet, 55 volt, 110 amp. Anyway, I'll just show that paper to you later. I'm just going to go ahead and show you what it does. It works fairly well. As you can see, it turns it red. It's a little slower than the other ones, but it's got an even flow on it. Yeah, it seems to work alright. I don't know if it'll work on this or not. Let's see. It's not pulling a lot of amperage. I had a subscriber ask me about helping make one of these to melt gold. I think this one will do it. It's got the power. I mean, you can add a couple of capacitors and turn up the juice. Yeah, I mean, you see it turns it red. It's just a little slower than the other ones, but it's consistent. It does it at a, if you've been watching that, it hadn't went over 5 amps. That's why I like it. This one would be good for doing gold. I mean, it's not as fast, but it's got a steady current. You see it gets good and red. It does what it's supposed to. But anyway, y'all, I blew 2 of the Mosfets building this one. And these are the resistors. I started out with a 220 and they work good, but I don't know if you can see that, but they got kind of hot. I was scared they were going to break down. But I used the 100 UH toroid coils, 2 of them on this one, along with 1200 DC capacitors, 2 of them, which is a lot of power, but it works good. See if this will. I guess it just depends on the metal. I could have made that a tighter pull. Got red faster, but anyway, I mean, it works. Anyway, I want to make a coil big enough to fit this in, where you can put some gold in it and melt it. Well, I got some of this that I took out of, it comes out of computers. That's pure gold. It needs to be melted down and get that. It's got a little bit of dirt in it still, but it's probably 99% pure. Yeah, I like melting down gold too. I'll show y'all something else. Put that on and put it on. I'll raise this up a little bit. But you can get scrap gold out of computers. I mean, you can see all that. It's not solid gold, but you can put it in HNO3 acid, which is nitric acid, about 51 to 1, 50%, and it'll actually strip the, or eat the other metal and leave the gold pretty much. Or you can go straight to the H2SO4 and put nitric in there, and it'll eat everything but the gold. You can drop that plastic, all that in there, and it'll just chew it up. But you got to make sure you have really, really good ventilation, because it's dangerous. Not to mention it gets hot. And I got another little one I want to show y'all. Let me give you a close-up on this one. Cut off this fan. Yeah, this is pretty much the same thing, or close to that other one, but of course I changed, well, not really. Actually, the only thing the same is, well, I ended up with a 330 ohm resistors. I think these are 12 volt Zener diodes, but these were, let me see, the regular fast, yeah, the fast recovery diodes were those are 1000 volt 2 amps, the FR207s. They're different, and I used these are 10K resistors, and of course those are the 100 UH toroid coils, and these are the AC, 1200 DC capacitors, 0.33, and that I think it's 10 turns. I don't even remember what the size it is. I'd say it's about 1 inch in diameter. Let's see. Yeah, it's right at it. But I want to make this one, or see if I can get this one to work on it to where I can put this in there. Try to melt that gold. I'm going to try to do a video on it. I think it'll be alright. Anyway, I got another little one here too. Little one I made. I'll show you. Let me set this thing back down. Sorry. Look at this one. Well, this is a pretty nice little setup there. It does pretty good. This one, yeah, that's the same ones, IRF, I don't remember, Z something, whatever I made last time. The only difference with this one, oh yeah, on here too, I forgot to say, I used a 18 gauge wire. I mentioned last time I didn't have any, but I had ordered it at Green Wire's 18 gauge. It helps the system run cooler with less resistance and makes the power run smooth. Anyway, let me put this one up, quit talking. Let's see, let me turn this around. I got parts laying everywhere. Let's see. See there, that's the power. Yeah, you don't want to hook these up backwards. I think this one works. Whoa! I forgot that thing was on. Turn that off. Sends the hair off my arm. Oh, that is not working. Making sure nothing's not where it's not supposed to be. Everything looks alright, but you can turn them on and a transistor will blow sometimes. Okay, yeah, it's working. I just need to turn down that voltage on this one. But it works good. I think this one's actually fast. Yeah, it's taking all of that amperage. Yeah, this one works good too. It's not the same as that other one. Of course, I was just testing it with that 18 gauge wire. You can tell by the way it looks. It don't even have no heat sinks on it. Yeah, it works. fan. Don't have no heat sinks on there. That one don't really get hot. I still like to run a fan on them. So as fast as that thing's running back and forth with that current, things can heat up. If this thing will work, I don't even know what it is. I think it's actually an old end to a soldering iron. It's just turning white. I think it might turn red. I don't know what the temperature of that is. It's about 350. $400. Yeah, it's red. It's just, I don't know what kind of metal that is. Weird. See if this will do anything. That centerpiece turned red quick. I don't know what that. Oh, yeah, I know why that metal turns red, but that, I think that stainless steel is the reason it's not. It'll just turn real chalk white. Let's see if this one will work. Some more amperage. Up to 7 amps. It'll take more. You see the 12 volts going down to 9. Take it on up. Yeah, 8 amps is what it wants. Anyway, yeah, this one's just it's pretty much the same, close to that other one, other than the 18 gauge wire. And I got 2 of the capacitors. I can't bring it over here, but there it is. That's the one I made last time. They're sitting everywhere. That's a little different. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you what this is right here. Shadowing. Anyway, that's what it'll take to build it. It's 220 resistors, 10Ks, and the LR207 fast recovery diodes. The Zener diodes are 12 volt. Then the two capacitors are 600 AC, 12 DC, and the 200 or the 100 terawatt coil, choke coil. And you can use 1 or 2 heat sinks over Howland. I think 9-turn coil. Well, I did have a different coil on there, but it's a 1 inch wide now. But anyway, too long anyway. But yeah, I don't know what subscriber that was. I don't remember the name, but he asked me about making one for gold. That one would probably work with a, we probably need to put a coil, something like this on there to run, maybe run water through it to keep it cool, because I think the melting temp of gold's about 1050 C if I remember right. Takes a few minutes, so you'd probably need a big coil like that and pump water through it to keep that coil from getting too hot. But anyway, if I get time, I'll try to put one together. But that one would work if you'd have to put that coil on there with some let's see, well, I don't know what I did with them, but they look something like this. Oh, there they are. I have to mount these on something to mount those big coils on. Yeah, but anyway, I hope that helps you. The one that asked me about that, but that's a good little design right there. It should be strong enough to do that. We'll just have to make a different connection for that big coil where we can pump water through it, but I'll see if I can figure out a way to make that work for you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.